A very wonderful morning to everybody there under the sound of my voice, and welcome to the Afia Home of Sports on Afia TV. The frequencies are still fixed, locked and loaded. Channel 254 DSTV, Channel 17 Go TV, and Channel 748 Free TV. This is a great and blessed weekend indeed, and we're ready for sporting action. As usual, this is the Afia Home of Sports, a blend of views, previews, and reviews, and everything that you can find in between. Welcome, guys. My name is Sisi Emechebe. I'm also known as Sisi the Rabbi. And I'm not doing this alone. I have the co-host today, the man that we call the Blessed Zik. Zik Zikorangene. Yeah. Good to have you.
A pleasure to do this once again, boss. New month. Just being here again is a pleasure, and we are grateful.
Oh yeah, we're grateful. You know, just like my mother of blessed memory will always say, I like saying that whether the weather be cold or whether the weather be hot, whatever the weather, whether we like it or not. So it is great to be here, come rain, come sunshine, to do what we love doing a lot. And that's talking about sports, and more sports. Okay, so we're going to go straight to the headline news because we have a special guest today who will be connecting with us virtually concerning what's happening in the Nigerian football pyramid. We'll get to that in a bit. But first of all, the headlines. First of all, FIFA Under-20 Women's World Cup qualifiers are ongoing, and then the Super Falconets, I call them Super, so please, if you have an issue with that, you can go to the court. Now, the Super Falconets are facing a stern test against their Malawian counterparts because they have to see off the game. What happened last week, exactly a week ago on the 2nd of May, was that they welcomed them to the Remo Stadium in Ikene and beat their Malawian counterparts 2-0 in a two-legged affair, the first leg of a two-legged affair to determine who goes to the FIFA Under-20 Women's World Cup. Now, the second leg is in Lilongwe, and it's taking place today by 4 p.m., where the Super Falconets have to ensure that they consolidate their victory and then go through at the expense of their Malawian counterparts. So we wish the girls all the best in their journey to the FIFA World Cup. Then secondly, the Saudi Pro League. Saudi Pro League has gained a new face because of the stars that are there. But the person that made the Saudi Pro League very popular was Cristiano Ronaldo dos Santos Aveiro. And this is a man that is pursuing his 1,000th goal. Currently, he's on 971 goals. And he secured that goal, the 971st goal, by scoring his 100th Saudi Pro League goal in a recent Al Nassr victory over their rivals, a 4-2 victory where João Felix scored a hat-trick in that same game. But CR7 now has 100 Saudi Pro League goals in 105 games for Al Nassr. At the age of 41, he just can't stop banging in the goals. A freak of nature he is indeed. And now we go straight to the news for the day. First of all, we talk about the npfl. The Nigerian Premier Football League is in the final couple of match days or match weeks, where Rangers International here are fighting for the title. Winning Bendel Insurance is a must. They have to secure that and then make sure that they better the results of Rivers United, who will be taking a trip to Wiki Tourist. But we'll look at the fixtures once again. The fixtures are there. 3SC, Shooting Stars of Ibadan. All these games are going to be played by 4 p.m. simultaneously, match day 37, and also the final match day 38. So we have 3SC, that is Shooting Stars of Ibadan, who will be hosting Barao FC. Then El Kanemi Warriors will be hosting Niger Tornadoes. Kwara United will be hosting Eimba. Remo Stars will be hosting Bayelsa United. Rangers, like I pointed out earlier, the Flying Antelopes will be seeking to secure their record ninth equaling title in the npfl. Then they are going to do that while they host Bendel Insurance. Katsina United will be hosting Ikorodu City, a Lagos-based side, who will be joined by 2 other Lagos-based sides, that's Inter Lagos and Sporting Lagos next season. We'll get to that in a bit. Then Wiki Tourist, like I mentioned earlier, will be hosting Rivers United. Abia Warriors will be hosting Kun Khalifat FC in an Oriental derby. Kano Pillars will be hosting Warri Wolves, and Nassr United will be hosting Plateau United in the North Central Derby there. Now, like we mentioned earlier, the npfl, there's a lot going down, there's a lot that's playing out, and we already know the teams that have been promoted from the Nigerian National League, the second tier in the Nigerian football pyramid, to the NPFL. So come 2026, 2027 season, we're going to see these 4 teams, Doma United, Ranchers Bees, Sporting Lagos and Inter Lagos, they are going to be playing in the NPFL next season. So we're looking forward to seeing what they bring to the table. But none of them is a newbie. Some of them have been away from the NPFL for quite a while. But you have Sporting Lagos, who have been a very instrumental side. They came and tried to do a lot of work to make sure that they prove that they belong to the NPFL. It wasn't so successful the last time, but now they've bounced back with a bang, winning the NNL Super 4. Even though they lost to Inter Lagos in the final game of the Super 4, they had accrued enough points and enough credits to win the NNL. So we have the NNL champions, and that's Sporting Lagos. And right now, we are joined online. We're joined by our guest, who is the team manager of the Sporting Lagos team. Sporting Lagos, very excited to have them back in the NPFL next season. So we have Mr. Lekon Omoboye, who is joining us from Lagos right now to discuss issues concerning the NPFL and then the journey of Sporting Lagos thus far. Coach Lekon, good to have you.
Good morning. Good morning, Sisi. It's great to be here today on the show. Good morning.
Good morning. It's really great to be here. How do you feel? The celebrations and the enthusiasm from yesterday, I don't know if you've recovered.
No, if you see, I'm still very much in the euphoria of the win. It's something that is, a proof of the hard work that was done this season. Yesterday was surreal. We did not win against Inter Lagos, but, the job was almost done already after we played the second game, defeating Doma United 4-0. So whatever happened in the game yesterday was, almost going to be inconsequential. So it doesn't take anything away from us. It's been an amazing season. It's a journey. It's a ride. We've done quite a lot of work. In the regular season, winning the Super 4 was just to add the icing on the cake to say, oh yeah, we are the champions of the, we are national champions of the old division. But getting that promotion, I can tell you was, an evidence of hard work. It is not easy to, relegate, then, come back up. It is a difficult task.
Okay, indeed, it is a difficult task. We know how tough the NNL is, and you are you have a first-hand witness of that. Now, what's going to be different this season? I'm really curious to know, and I have a soft spot for Lagos-based sides. I grew up in Lagos myself, and we've seen Lagos teams really come and try to make a statement in the NPFL. We saw MFM not too long ago, MFM FC. We know that Ikorodu City have become a mainstay in the NPFL, currently 3rd in the NPFL. We now are going to have 3 Lagos-based sides next season: Inter Lagos, Sporting Lagos, your team, and then, of course, Ikorodu City. Now, what's going to be different this time around? Because obviously, you must have laid down objectives and plans that the players are going to follow. So what's going to be different? Can you just give us in a nutshell what's going to be different this season that will make Sporting Lagos a mainstay in the NPFL moving forward?
All right. So first off, I think it is what the project and what the project stands for. Fun fact: I think Sporting Lagos is the first, first Lagos team to get relegated and come back up. So I know a lot of people were doubting the project when it started. They thought, this is just going to be a temporary project and not a mainstay. But, gaining promotion is validating that this project is solid and we're actually here to stay. So this season, we are going to be doing, we are going to be changing a lot of things, different from what we did in our first season. In the first season, we had, a bit of issues with, recruitment. A lot of people said our recruitment was not the greatest, but, this season, things are definitely going to change and definitely going to be different. We are looking at recruitment in different ways. We've changed a lot from when we're in the NPFL, new coach, new systems and everything like that. So, yeah, it's going to be different. We should expect a new and rejuvenated Sporting Lagos.
Okay, very, very good indeed. Now, I'm sure it's very difficult to say, but no, you are a sports enthusiast. You love football. You've been following it for quite a while. And that means even though you've had most of your attention on what's happened in the NNL this last season, and particularly your club, Sporting Lagos, I'm very certain that you must have kept a bit of an eye on what's been happening in the NPFL. What are your thoughts regarding the toughness of the NPFL where you have been promoted to, and what are the key challenges you feel that you face? Like we're going to see scratch that. We're going to see 6 Lagos derbies next season. That rivalry, that regional rivalry is something that you must be looking forward to, right?
Yes, of course, of course. The Lagos FA has ensured that they get their hands of active football, and I think we are seeing the result of that in Lagos. We are encouraging the Lagos FA is encouraging more private investors to come and put their teams here in Lagos and thrive. So I think one of the positives of that is having 3 Lagos teams in the NPFL. It's something we used to see back then, and now we are reviving that. But speaking about Sporting Lagos, the derbies are definitely going to be fun. More so because all teams that are in Lagos, all 3 teams are privately owned teams, and no offense, but that means a level or degree of organization and coordination. So you should expect noise, you should expect buzz, especially from Sporting Lagos fans. They're one of the loudest that you can ever get in the league. They are there for their team, they support. So you should expect buzz in the Lagos derbies. Lagos will be buzzing, definitely. We are working on multiple things to ensure that people know that football, active football is back again in Lagos with Sporting Lagos, and also with the other 2 teams that will be represented in Lagos. So people in Lagos will be eating good this season in the NPFL because 6 Lagos derbies means a lot of buzz.
Coach Leko, good morning. It's Zeke over here. I have been listening to all you have been saying about your team and the potentials you guys have for the upcoming season. What are your aspirations as a coach for a newly promoted side? My colleague has already talked about how difficult it is, performing in the NPFL, and I believe you must have seen some of the results have occurred this season. So, what are the goals? What are the intentions of you and your players, and of course the management?
All right. So first off, Zeke, before I continue, I'm not trying to take the job off our coaches. So I'm not part of the coaching staff, just managing the team. But like going straight to your question, so this season, let me start from last season. So we move into this season. When we relegated, a lot of things happened, and we made decisions that were a bit difficult, to the team, to the coaches that we currently had, and a bit of management we had. One of the things that we said was that going forward we are going to do things and do them the right way. And if you look at our NNL season, we scored, had a lot of away wins, which was away from the philosophy that people here in Nigeria know. So we tried to work on, a lot of the normal things that we know were supposed to be norm, but we worked on breaking those boundaries, and you could see the way our boys played. Trust me, it took a lot to be able to instill that type of discipline and tactical awareness in every of our boys, but we're able to do it. So now going into the NPFL season, we know it is a different challenge. We know it is not a notch higher, probably 5 notches higher, and we are prepared for that challenge. We want to approach each game, especially as they come. Our analysts are working overtime. Even during this break, we're having an inside joke that probably the players might be going on break, but we, the backroom staffs, we've promoted, we are happy, but this means more work for us because this is an entirely different terrain. So we've started working, trust me, even before the NNL season ended, on recruitment, on, ways to approach the NPFL in every aspect. So our recruitment, our style of play, our everything is taking not a whole new turn, but we are working to build on what we currently have. Trust me, we are going to play beautiful football, but we also want to win. So going to the NPFL, our major goal is remaining in the NPFL because that's the only way you get to play in the NPFL the next season. We are expectant, but we are also managing our expectations. And trust me, you will watch Sporting Lagos play, you will enjoy Sporting Lagos play, and we will also compete. Trust me.
Oh, well, I'm really impressed with such an answer. It seems diplomatic, but I would look out for you guys. But to put you on the spot, what's about the numbers? What are your targets? Is it survival? Is he going for the continental spot? Or maybe, why not, the title?
So you can only win the title or go to the continent if you remain in the league. So
Yeah.
I think our first goal and our first target is remaining in the NPFL. When you remain, if we are in the NPFL, not if, when we are in the next season of the NPFL,
Yeah.
we can start going for things. But of course, if all of these things that you've mentioned come to us in the first season, we'll gladly take it with open hands. But we are more focused on remaining in the league and playing the type of football that gets you up in the high places. So top 10 spots remain in the league. That's fine for us.
All right.
Okay. Just one last question, but let me just give context for that question. And a big congratulations once again to Sporting Lagos. But there are some specific individuals that picked up some awards there. We have Sean Akonji, who won the MVP of the NNL. And then we also have Clinton Lawani, who won the goalkeeper of the tournament. And then we also have Solomon Uloko, who scored the goal of the tournament. Then the last, but definitely not the least, has to be somebody that you hold in high regard, and that is the coach of the tournament, Jeff Butter. How instrumental has Coach Jeff Butter been this past season in the NNL and then leading up to the NNL Super 4? And then what do you see? I know you're the team manager, but you must be having some tete-a-tete with Coach Butter, with Coach Jeff. How are we going to meet Coach Jeff on a larger scale this season in the NPFL? Because it's a bigger platform, and I hope it's not going to overwhelm him. It's just your thoughts.
All right. So here at Sports Lagos also, not to brag, but we like to, we have a lot of stories that are done the proper way. We've seen, you mentioned Sean Akonji. Sean Akonji has been with Sports Lagos in the academy about 3-4 years back now. He's worked his way up from the academy into the first team, and he's just going, getting better on and on. Same with Jeffrey Butter. So at Sporting Lagos, we are not just about, playing the football and going. We are also about talent development, not just with the players, but also with the coaches, with the media team, everybody. We are just developing talents, making better people, for the Nigerian football space. So Coach Jeffrey Bute, not Butter actually. So Coach Jeffrey started with us in the academy. And if you would remember when Sporting Lagos won the Gothia Cup in Sweden, Coach Jeffrey Bute was there as assistant coach. And when we were in the NNL, just last season, he was there as the assistant coach. So it's not new to the challenge. It is something that has developed over time. We had quite a number of boys that had played in the academy play for us this season. There's a sort of relationship that has been built already. So it is not a iron and fire type of situation here at Sporting Lagos. It is process. So Coach Jeffrey went from the academy, went into the first team as an assistant coach. Now, as in his first season as the head coach, he's won us the NNL title, and he's also, gotten us promotion. So I'm just saying this to say, like, there's an uprise, there's a trend. It's not even arithmetic, it's geometric. There's a trend, and Coach Jeffrey he understands the challenge. If you watch the way we played this season, I saw a lot of people wax lyrical about Sporting Lagos type of football we played, how we played and how we won, our opponents. So Coach Jeffrey Bute is one of a kind, and I see what him and I work closely with him and the technical staffs, and I can tell you for a fact that you are going to see same Coach Jeffrey Bute, but a different type of coach and his coaching staffs in the NPFL, because they keep adapting to the challenge that they are faced with. When they were in the academy, it was all about development. When they came to the first team, it was all about, gunning for the title and gaining promotion, and they've done that. So in the NPFL, I trust them to, deliver whatever their target is meant to be. And I'm telling you for a fact, just watch out for Coach Jeffrey Bute, top coach, by the way.
Okay, no, sounds like a very, very upwardly mobile coach that we look forward to seeing. And sincere apologies sincere apologies for murdering Chef Jeffrey Bute. So thank you very much. No, thank you very much for being with us on the show today. We appreciate your time. All right, thank you. So that's the team manager of Sporting Lagos, the NNL champions, the Super 4 champions. Coach, that's team manager Lekon Omoboye, who was with us today on the show. We'll be right back after this short time out, and we'll move straight from the Nigerian plane to other parts of the world, particularly in Europe, because it's going down. The league seasons are winding up, and it's getting hotter and hotter, and getting, like our Ghanaian friends will say, worse and worse. Stay tuned, don't touch that dial.